Hello, today we are going to talk about the KDE mass media. How does the KDE community get news about recently released software, about the events that where the KDE community participates, to the greater audience, to the public. So I like to know what is new about the KDE community and the KDE project in general. And several times a week, I visit these 4 websites. I have them bookmarked in my web browser. I just open the web browser. I do not use any RSS feed reader. I do not use other ways of aggregating whatever these 4 websites write. So I'm not following them on Twitter or something else. I just am using the simplest possible web browser. I'm even browsing in private browsing mode, and I just navigate to these 4 websites. So this is a blog aggregator from the KDE community, which is called planet.kd.org. If I read all of the blog posts here, then I am up to date with what's new in the KDE community and in the Qt community. And in some of the blog articles are about Linux in general or free software in general. Okay. Then there's a website that has a really small number of news per week, something like around 2 news per week. So if I want to read just 2 articles per week, but that get me as up to speed as possible in the minimum amount of time, then I go to osnews.com. So this is about the latest releases of operating systems, about operating systems that are not that mainstream, about new things in the free software world and in the Linux world. Then the other big blog aggregator from the GNOME community, GNOME being the other major Linux desktop, and KDE Plasma is the other. Generally not as many blog articles on planet.gnome.org compared to planet.kd.org, so planet.kd.org has more articles. But still, the articles in planet.gnome.org are relevant, even though I'm not that interested into GNOME technology. There's blog posts related to, I don't know, LibreOffice, Vulkan, the graphical, the GPU hardware drivers in Linux, and what the developers that are paid to work full-time on the Linux desktop do. Okay, so a new release of GTK 4. Something about WebKit GTK. The KDE world does not really use WebKit. There used to be Qt WebKit and KWebKit, but they were replaced with Qt Web Engine. GNOME applications. I don't know what this thing is. Yeah, so not all of the blog posts on planet.kd.org or on planet.gnome.org are technical or about programming or about free software. Some are just a collection, random collection of links, like a blog post about the best 10 URLs that I could find in the last week, or about, I don't know, personal life. And then the final one is foronix.com. So this is about new hardware that might be Linux compatible, about new hardware enablement, such as Apple M2 CPU, what else? It says in here enablement, so GPU enablement. And the latest releases of software, such as the web browsers and encoding, image encoding and audio video encoding software or decoding. And there's benchmarks, like what's the performance for the newest AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D CPU. Okay, so if I have just 10 minutes a week to get up to speed, I go to osnews.com. If I have more time, I'll go to planet.kd.org. When I finish reading all of the articles on planet.kd.org, such that I have read all of the articles, because you can go back in history weeks and weeks. So now I'm at Friday 31st of March, 26th of March, 21st of March, 14th of March, etc. So I generally have read everything that ever was written on planet.kd.org and on planet.gnome.org and at osnews.com and foronix.com. At least the titles, maybe not, I have not read the entire article, but parts of it certainly. Okay. Then let's look a bit at the planet.kd.org. So let's go to the index page. So it's called https://planet.kd.org. It says it's a blog feed aggregator that collects what the contributors to the KDE community are writing on their respective blogs. You might have blog posts on different languages than English, and you might have blog posts that are not that relevant to the KDE community or to free software. So maybe your blog has labels or tags, and certain of your blog posts you tag them with a KDE or the free software tag, and then you tell the Planet, so you add your blog feed to planet.kd.org, but have it edited in such a way that just your blog posts that have a certain tag or label are going to be visible on planet.kd.org. Okay, so this is an RSS feed which is created from this web page. If you want to read the web page in an RSS reader, KDE does have an RSS reader. More than one. So one is this one. It's called aggregator with a K. And then the other one is alligator. Alligator. Applications, internet, alligator. So alligator is written in Qt QML and Kirigami, so it can also work on Android and on mobile phones that run the GNU Linux desktop or on tablets. Aggregator is your classical RSS reader with 3-pane view. So on the left hand side you have a 3 view of RSS feeds that you're subscribed to. Then you have the list of blog articles, and you can scroll through them and sort. And then the part of the window where you can see the actual body of the blog post of the RSS article. Okay. You can either read the RSS feed from a certain blogger, such as Carl's, or you might use the RSS feed from the entire planet.kd.org and subscribe from your RSS feed reader. Okay, so planet.kd.org presents entire blog post articles. There's no just the 3 lines in the blog post article, and then you need to click on more to actually navigate to the blog post article. So this is the blog post article. And this is the blog post article in its entirety in a concatenated list. So you can just scroll through this and you can read entire blog articles. Okay. What is the list of people that what is the list of the blogs and bloggers that are collected into planet.kd.org? There was a list somewhere. I do not know where that is. Let me find it. This is probably the list. So the website planet.kd.org has a KDE Git website behind it, which is invent.kd.org/website/planet-kd-org. And there's a configuration file which is called planet.ini. Let's see the history of this thing. So this is the activity as a new bloggers are added to planet.ini file. Okay, so this is in ini format. This is the section. This is a pair of key and value. There's categories for languages, such as if you have a blog that's in the Spanish language, you mark it with language Spanish, and then it will be available if you switch the language of planet.kd.org to Spanish. KDE PeerTube. Maui project. They have an avatar, which is a image, also called a hacker gochi. You switch to English by clicking here and back to English. Okay, and planet.gnome.org operates in a similar manner. Oronix.com is a commercial website of Laravel Michael. Okay. Then there are additional websites that are related to KDE or to free software that can help you with more information about KDE, more news about KDE. One of them is Reddit. Page not found. Let's search about Reddit, KDE. Yeah, so it's reddit/r/KDE. Okay, how Reddit works. So in Reddit there are communities which are called subreddits. This is the one for the KDE community. Some subreddits are official, are related to that project, some are not, depending on whoever owns that subreddit. So the list of owners is hidden. Okay. Then you have by default the new UI in Reddit. You still have access to the old UI. So this is the subreddit for the KDE community from reddit.com. So reddit.com/r/KDE. There's 100,000 members that might get news from this subreddit or not, depending on the algorithm of Reddit, because people usually go straight to reddit.k.com and they will be presented with the articles that the algorithm from Reddit wants to put in front of people. But if you go straight to the subreddit for KDE, you will get just KDE articles. And by default, sorting is hot, which means they're sorted by the number of views and upvotes. But you can switch to new to have them to have articles sorted descending. Each time I open VLC, it will close within 3 seconds. Okay, most of the issues are related to hardware, GPU drivers, more than 60 Hz monitors, high DPI, people that are using strange software combinations, that are installing all sorts of things from the internet, custom themes and interesting software, and then something does not work. And we should connect remotely to their machine and uninstall the wrong software to have their computer working correctly again, instead of those people actually helping themselves and reinstalling their operating system from scratch. Okay. There's also the old UI for Reddit, so old.reddit.com, which wanted to just present a list of URLs similar to other websites, such as Hacker News. Okay. What else? There's interesting videos on YouTube related to the KDE community. So there's search for KDE Niccolò. Okay. So Niccolò Venerandi has YouTube videos about KDE, about GNOME, about Linux, about mobile phones, about hardware. Okay. What else I have on my list? Presentations from various KDE conferences. KDE Talk. Not like this. KDE is a popular word in the Czech Republic. The conference is not should not necessarily be KDE's academy. There are, hundreds of interesting full-length conference talks about KDE from various conferences around the world, from the Open SUSE conference, KDE's Academy, Linux Application Summit, Canonical, Ubuntu's conferences, etc. And then there's the KDE community YouTube channel, so youtube.com/KDE.org. Mostly contains videos about software releases, so when new KDE Plasma or when new KDE frameworks get released. Then maybe talks from conferences. Okay, how do you watch an entire YouTube channel? You copy the URL, Alt F2, SM Player, Ctrl V. You stick it on the corner of your screen and you make it shut up or talk, depending. So there's M to mute. This is SM Player is using MPV, the alternative to M Player command line multimedia player, and it uses YT-DLP. in order to download the videos from YouTube. Okay. So you might, I know, minimize the window and just let the sound, the audio part work, because conference talks are 80% talk, and the information that's actually presented in the slides or on the presenter's computer is not as important as what the presenter actually says. Okay, you jump to the next video with the greater than sign, so that's shift dot on my keyboard. Greater than sign on my keyboard. Okay, what else? Very important YouTube channel for Qt things is the one from KDAB. Okay, they have in the playlists a playlist about QML, which is which? I don't know how to search in here. This thing, Introduction to Qt QML, all videos so far. Open in a new tab. There's 54 videos, and again, even this thing you can watch it all at once. You go SM player and then the URL. Okay. You can also download the entire playlist using YT-DLP. So that's Control K, Control Shift V, and then it does its thing. It determines how many videos are in this playlist, and then it downloads each video in the playlist one by one. And F22 means MP4, so MPEG 4, and 720p. Okay. If you download them, then you can watch them using your favorite movie player. You can add it to the playlist of the movie player. However do you watch videos on your computer. Okay. Then the next important playlist is Qt widgets and more. So this is all of the YouTube videos from KDAB about Qt widgets, and this is all of the YouTube videos from KDAB about QML and the technologies in that part of Qt. So Qt Quick, Qt Declarative, etc. Okay, so again, there's many must-see YouTube videos if you want to program for KDE, such as the Gamma Ray talks, the CMake talks, C++ talks, and then there's also videos which are not that interesting if you want to contribute to KDE, such as Quesa 3D, Qt 3D, car infotainment, embedded, Lufthansa, videos. Okay. The next thing is the Linux podcasts. I've always taken my Linux podcasts from distrowatch.com. So this is the table with the latest GNU Linux distribution releases, and not only, Midnight BSD. Then this is the list seen as a table of newest Linux OSs released. Then this is the latest list of free software packages. And this is the list of podcasts. TLLS, the Linux Link Tech Show, the longest running Linux podcast, 1000 episodes. So do listen to them to see whoever is producing them, and maybe you like them. I use them, I've used them as a coding buddy. So while I'm programming, I can hear something in my headphones. I don't really pay that much attention to whatever is being said, but it keeps me working. It keeps me engaged into programming. Okay. What else? Then there's a KDE Promo team. So for that, you go to kde.org. If you see the hamburger menu, then go there. If not, it's in the top level menu, get involved, and then promotion 2.10. Okay, so KDE Promotion, KDE Promo is a team inside of the KDE community. It has a metrics channel, which is called KDE-Promo, which is also an IRC channel in the Libera chat, and it's also bridged to Telegram. Okay, so this community is about getting the world to know about the KDE community, about putting out press releases, about publishing release articles about releases that the KDE community does, about software releases that the KDE community does, about doing promotional videos when new events happen in the KDE community, such as the upcoming Academy KDE conference. There's a website which is called .kde.org, which is similar to a blog. Okay. They also organize the presence at conferences to tell the conference audience about the KDE project and community. Okay, and in order to spread the blog posts that they have created and that the community has created and the video material that was created, these things, so the blog posts and video materials, are also shared via social media channels. So there is a list of social media accounts that are managed by the KDE community, by the Promo team. And this is the list. Okay, so let's look over it. There's twitter.com/KDE community. Okay, so it retweeted a post by KDAB, retweeted a post by Academy, so this is probably another Twitter account that's managed, yes, the second one, managed by the KDE community. This is a content creator about free software. I don't know, 9 to 5 Linux or something. 9 to 5 Linux, yes. Okay. So we made a push about the fact that we now have a new forum in the KDE community. So articles about that were published in blogs and probably on the dot. And then those were spread via the KDE official social media accounts, and then those were retweeted, reposted, thumbed up, etc. by the members of the KDE community. So this was retweeted once. Not. Okay, so this is a game about how to get your words in front of as many people as possible, about grabbing attention, about getting views, getting followers, subscribers, likes, thumbs up, and generally people seeing your content, not just glossing over it and scrolling and not really seeing what you're doing and just blindly favoriting it. Okay, so there's an account for the KDE conference called Academy with a K. Then if you have a Twitter account, you must have a Mastodon account, because otherwise. Okay. So kind of the same articles get posted everywhere on all of the social media accounts. Ubuntu NeoChat Kaidan. Okay, on YouTube, there's KDE.org. We already saw this one. On Facebook, there's KDE. Okay, the same articles. VKontakte for Russians, LinkedIn, Instagram. Okay, so PeerTube, YouTube, Instagram. Somebody should edit the wiki to have KDE community Instagram just once. Okay. And then for entertainment, so not really content that provides that much in terms of education, but more on the entertainment consumption side of the things. There are, apart from the Linux free software KDE podcasts, there are YouTube content makers. So let's see what we find if we just search on KDE desktop. I know, so Tech Hut, the Linux experiment. I didn't know about Linux Scoop. And DistroTube. Yeah, so the videos are made for the widest audience possible. They're not as technical. They're like prohibited talk because we in the KDE community do not actually say that, I don't know, Fedora is better than Ubuntu or KDE is worse than GNOME or stuff like that, you know. But in here, this DistroTube on his channel, he can do all sorts of YouTube videos. You know, content creators can create content that is a bit misleading for the sake of the views. KDE is just better. Better than what? Than bottled water or what? Okay. So the classic ways of capturing attention, such as interesting titles, interesting screenshots. You shouldn't expect something revolutionary if you're investing 19 minutes into watching this video. And content is even very repetitive if you're in the loop and you know the KDE desktop. "10 minutes customization like a pro." So when a pro uses a laptop, they always do customization, otherwise you're not a pro. "I've used KDE exclusively for a month. Here's my opinion." Oh. I don't know. But that's the content migrates towards the people. People want to see such light-hearted content about Linux, about free software. So that's what makes 140K views, and that's what the content providers provide. you'll have to see some of these videos in order to find out if it's your genre, if you like it, if it's for you or not. How I customize my KDE Plasma desktop? I do not customize. Why would I customize such that I get into trouble? Why would I install some strange quantum theme or something like that? Yeah, and some content providers, the content creators on YouTube, really can make at least part of their income from YouTube, from their subscribers, from a bit from YouTube revenue. So yeah, it's really good that there's enough views available in the world related to Linux, free software, and KDE, such that YouTube content creators can survive and make a bit of money. So that's always great. It speaks to the volumes of people that are actually using Linux and free software and KDE. Okay, so that was all. Thank you.